This is Support is Sexy, episode 167. What's on your mind? Welcome to Support is Sexy. I'm your host, Elayne Fluker, entrepreneur, author, and founder of Chic Rebellion Media. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I interview inspiring women entrepreneurs who share their wins and their lessons to help you take your business and your life to the next level and create something sexy. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Support is Sexy. I'm so excited to have you here. You know, it just would not be the same without you. And today I just wanted to ask you a question. What's on your mind? We have spoken on the podcast before about the importance of standing guard at the doorway of your mind, as Tony Robbins says, making sure that you are conscious of the things that you're digesting into your mind, whether that's what you're watching on television or what you're reading, anything that you're consuming on social media, especially all of these places where you need to stand guard at the doorway of your mind to make sure things don't get in that don't serve you, or that at least you're aware when those things are getting in and that they don't serve you. And you balance that by doing things that are productive or great for your mind, or things that stimulate you, things that keep you learning, reading certain books or listening to certain podcasts, or doing other things that really stimulate your mind in a, I won't say a positive way, but in a different way than the things that could sort of get you distracted. What I wanted to talk about today, though, is what's on your mind. So not even just what are you taking in and consuming, but what are you thinking about? What do you spend your time thinking about? And this came up because at the vision board party that we did recently in New Jersey, which was a lot of fun, which I talked about on the last episode, but a lot of people were talking about things that they have on their mind, or things that they think about, or negative thoughts that they have, or fears, which are natural to have. But we have to be very aware of those things and how we're letting those things consume us. So it could be even in your subconscious, meaning you might not even be aware of it, but you have something on your mind. Maybe it's something you're worrying about. Maybe it's something you're going through. You're constantly thinking about it. But you know what they say, what you focus on expands. So if you continue to focus on, for example, I don't have a relationship, or I haven't had a child yet, or I don't have enough money, or things aren't going well at this job, or I hate this job, or my business isn't where I want it to be yet. Any of those things that you constantly focus on, again, not to say you never think about them, you don't consider them. They're parts of your life. There's things that you're going to think about. It's going to cross your mind. That is natural and normal. What you don't want is to become consumed by those things, to constantly think about them in a way that is not empowering. So to think of, oh my gosh, I haven't met anyone yet, or oh my gosh, I never have enough money, you're giving power to those thoughts. You never have enough money. You haven't met anyone. You can't find the right person, or whatever that thing is. Think about it in an empowered way. So for example, I am so excited about the new ways that I'm going to discover to make money and create resources for myself so I can do fill in the blank. Or I haven't met that person yet, but oh my God, I am so excited about this new person that's going to come into my life. I'm staying open. I'm dating. This is something I've said to myself, which is going on my vision board. More on that later. But I'm dating. I'm being open. I'm saying yes. I'm having fun. That's important. Think about the ways that you can channel your thoughts in a way that is positive, or not even just positive, empowering. I want you to have empowered thoughts. We've also talked on the podcast, and our guests have talked about this. Patricia Moreno is one of my favorite episodes, the creator of Intensati. So go back and listen to Patricia's episode, but she talked about the importance of asking empowered questions. And even more so, she says you have to live the question. So even if you don't have the answers to, for example, the money issue, or whatever thing you're really stressed about, thinking about, giving energy to, that may be actually distracting you instead of helping you, you don't have the answer. Fine. How can you live the question? So instead of, oh, this is not working, I don't know what I'm doing, how about, okay, What can I do to make this work? What should I be looking for? Who do I need to connect with? What kind of resources do I need? What kind of courses should I take? What kind of things should I be looking at online? Who do I need to follow on social media who might be doing something similar or who might be some kind of inspiration for the things that I want to do? What kind of books can I read? Are there biographies of people that are doing something similar or can inspire me in some way to do this thing that I want to do so I can create the money that I want to create so I can do more of the things that I love to do? What are the ways that you can ask empowering questions so the thing that's on your mind isn't all about what's going wrong? Because as they say, what's wrong is always available. You can find that like that, right? Right away, if I ask you, what's going wrong in your life right now? Most people can probably list 10 things, no problem. If you ask, what's wonderful in your life right now? Maybe they'll be able to list 10 things. I hope so. That should be a goal, at least 10 things. In fact, one of the things that I had the women in the vision board party do is write a letter to themselves, 10 things you love about yourself. So that's something that you can do as well. But when we are trying to come up with the things that we love or things that are going right, sometimes it may be a struggle or it might not be the thing that is foremost in our mind because we're fixers, especially as ambitious women, making it happen, taking care of family, taking care of each other, doing all of these things. We're looking at what we can fix to make it better. That's who you are, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs solve problems. To solve problems, we have to look for the problems. But for your own health, for your own sanity, and to be able to create the life you want and have the vision that you want become a reality, I believe you have to focus on the right question. You have to stand guard at the doorway of your mind. Again, not just what you're consuming, but also what you're thinking about. And I'll tell you, this is something I have to do for myself. I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I start to spiral into all these, what's going wrong, what I'm not doing, I'm a loser, I can't make this thing happen, or this thing hasn't happened yet, or what am I doing wrong? And I have to snap out of it, whether that's writing in my journal, something I just did today. Get those thoughts out, make a new commitment to think in a new way. Ask the questions instead of just, woe is me, I can't figure out. What is the question I should be asking? Here is a very simple example. Now, this isn't something that was life-changing, but it is something that is an example of how I witnessed. Ask the question. I'm in New York and I was thinking of having drinks and wanted to have a space where everybody could come and we can all get together and just have drinks and enjoy and have a good time. Not too fussy, something simple. Wanted it to be in Brooklyn. Wasn't sure of where. Of course, I asked some friends and stuff for suggestions and people gave some ideas. I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to find a place. It's going to be fine. I'm not going to stress about it. Something will come up. Where is the place I'm supposed to have this gathering? Where is the place I'm supposed to have this gathering? I literally was saying this all day the other day. Where is the place I'm supposed to have this gathering in Brooklyn? I wonder where it is. I'm going to come across it. I'm sure I'll find something. Ask a few people, do the outreach, enroll people in your vision, ask people questions, but still living the question. Simple, gentle, easy. Where am I supposed to have this? In the end, I ended up literally walking past a place that I had known about before. It didn't occur to me because I haven't been here in a long time. A place called Sisters. It is a bar in Brooklyn. I'm not endorsing it because I haven't been there. I went inside the other day. It's beautiful. It looks lovely. The gentleman was very nice. I told him I wanted to have friends out, to have drinks, that I need to do anything formal, etc. He was perfectly open to me just coming on in and bringing people in. So it's going to be very fun. And then the fact that it's called Sisters. You know I'm all about sisterhood, right? So that just worked, even though some lovely gentlemen are coming too. But just even that just drew me to that space, Sisters. And as I said, it's beautiful. Then I happened to be talking to my friend April, who was out of town, even though I'm staying in her place. And I mentioned to her, I'm going to have drinks tonight at Sisters, this place I walk by. And she's like, I love Sisters. She went on and on about how wonderful the space is, not even just because it's beautiful, and they have jazz, which apparently is very nice there, but also because she said that it's a space that is really community focused. So they have a lot of different events there, and they provide space for people to come in and do all kinds of activities and activism there. Who knew? I didn't know, but I lived the question and I stumbled upon the right place. So as I said, a simple example, not life-changing. I know we're going to have a good time. I'm also going into it. This is another thing for our minds. I'm also going into it with no expectations. I'm clear that I'm going to have a good time, even if no one shows up, even though I'm sure they will, because friends have said they're coming. But even if no one shows up, I'm excited about going to this place that my friend is very excited about, even though she's not going to be here, but she said wonderful things about it. sit at the bar, have a cocktail, maybe some food. If no one shows up, I'll literally eat dinner and have food at the bar and have a wonderful time because I have no expectations. What I do have is a vision for how I want it to turn out. I will say a little meditation before I go about what I'm trying to create, which is something you can do too, whether you're going into an interview or a meeting. You don't have to stand there in the open space and meditate, but take a couple minutes beforehand and get your mind right. Think, what is on my mind? What is my intention going into this meeting? What am I trying to create? What kind of space do I want to create? What kind of experience do I want to have? You, of course, cannot control the other people, but you certainly can control your intention. And I do believe you can shift the energy in the room if you really have a strong intention on what you want to create. So all this to say, I really want you to be conscious of your mind. Really be aware of what you're thinking, what you're focusing on, because what you focus on expands. Be very conscious about having disempowering thoughts and shifting those to, even if you don't have the answers, to empowered questions. Maybe I'll do a series on that too sometime later. But asking empowered questions, you want to make sure you do that. And as Patricia Moreno says, live the question. If you don't have the answer, live the question. You know what you're trying to create, have intention, think about all the things you want to experience in your life, and then live the question. How can I create this? How can I make this happen? What can I do to move whatever this is forward? All right, so as always, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys. For more, go to supportissexypodcast.com. See previous episodes. Check out the recent series that we did on failure. All of those episodes are up there now. I really think that was a good series and a good exercise for some of us to go through when we're thinking about how to process failure. So have a look at that. Start at the first one, episode 161, I believe it was, and go on through 165. Let me know what you think about them. You can always reach out to me on social media at Elayne Fluker and at supportissexy, or you can email me Elayne@elaynefluker.com. I love to hear from you. In fact, email me and tell me what's on your mind. What's going on? What are you thinking about these days? How can we shift it to something that's empowered for you so that you don't have all the answers, but you're asking the right questions? Okay, so thank you so much again for listening. I appreciate you. And now you know what to do. Go out there and create something sexy. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.